Hello guys, welcome back to another video of mine, and we're watching today, we're reacting to Story Animated. Let's go. So please subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, click that bell for more stories like this. Let's go.
The mall was almost empty on a Friday evening.
Okay.
I pushed to my feet and looked up. Now going back from here,
Yeah.
I started to worry. I had yet to shop for my secret road trip. I was happy and scared at the same time. I didn't know what to do. My eyes were wide
It's
open
like
as I adjusted
he's
my
gonna
sight to the
pee.
painful darkness.
Okay, he's
I
gonna
automatically
pee.
got up when I
He's
realized that I was
jumping.
lying in a pool of water. I figured that the water was
What?
flooding that room at knee level. I was scared.
She's
I
like a
reached for my
puppet in a
backpack to
bag.
take out my phone. I had to use its
You're
flashlight.
good.
Unfortunately, it
You're
wasn't working
anything,
anymore
but
because it was damaged
good.
by my fall. I took my camera instead, and an
Do
idea
it.
came to mind. I started vlogging while using the light from the video to guide me as I walked. Talking to yourself releases some tension
You're
within
the
you, so I
vlogger, okay?
hoped that this would help me deal with my fear.
Do it.
I continued walking while talking to my camera, and soon realized that I was on a seemingly abandoned floor of the mall, with two old and rusty escalators above me. I continued to walk, and
Okay,
when
that's
my
scary.
imagination
If
started
I'm
to
there,
go wild,
I'm gonna
I walked
run away
faster.
and break
I
that
ended up running
door.
in fear until I reached the dry part of the area. Panting wildly, I sat on the escalator to take a rest. I took my backpack and hugged it as I tried my best not to cry. Moments later, I heard echoes of a child's laughter and a chain being dragged on the floor somewhere. I felt goosebumps rising on my chest in an instant.
Man, I'm really
Hello?
scared.
I put my camera in front of me, but I didn't see
If
anything.
I'm dead, I'm
Guys, I
really
think
gonna
I've got
be scared.
company. I whispered to my vlog. The child was like
like
mumbling
a-
something,
what?
and his voice became louder and clearer whenever I talked more. It might be the boy who I saw earlier, so I decided to follow the voice. I stopped when I saw a small figure standing ahead. Excuse me? I'm lost. Can you help me? The figure took a step forward, causing me to step back in caution. I gripped my camera tighter when it started to speak.
Yeah, man, I'm
It
really
took another
scared
step
if
forward,
I'm
and
dead.
the light from my camera revealed that it was really that boy, as he was wearing the same white shirt. It felt so much better now, knowing that I was not alone. What are you doing here? It's cold and scary down here. We have to go back up. I was looking for Cotton. I was confused. Cotton? You're looking for Cotton at this place? Yes, because I'm sure I saw her running inside here. I was confused for a second, and then I realized that he was referring to someone.
Man.
Are you talking about a girl? No, I'm
Oh,
talking
no
about
way.
that fat white cat. I named her Cotton because she looks like one. I brought her home last night, but she came back here. Have you seen her? He looked so cute and innocent, and his voice was tender. So, your cat's name is Cotton, and she is white. But did you know that cotton is not absorbent or pure white? It's a tannish color. I pulled out random trivia to make a connection with him. Oh, I didn't know that. I will change her name then. But I have to find her first. She must be around here. Okay, but I don't think she's here. Our parents are probably worried about us. We have to get out of here now. Okay.
Man, don't stop when you find any
Say
safe.
hi to my vlog. I playfully urged him, but he only smiled at the camera in a shy way. I tried to interview him more,
Really?
but then I turned my camera back to my bag when I felt that he wasn't comfortable with it. I held his hand as we started looking for a way to get out of there. We reached a
Okay.
corner and immediately turned left. There was a lit-up hallway with an elevator at the end of it. Thank God there was a way out. But we haven't seen Cotton yet. I remembered the shops that had closed already. We have to go home before the mall closes, or else we'll be trapped in here. You can look for her tomorrow. My friends and I will help you. It's getting late already. We have to
Okay,
go
do
home.
that if I
Okay.
were you.
I pressed the ground floor button and was relieved to know that the elevator was working. Moments later, we finally got our way back up to the ground floor. The elevator door opened, and it was dark again. As soon as we stepped out, the door immediately closed, and we were now in absolute darkness. Oh no! I wanted to cry when I realized that the mall was closed already. I was starving and my throat was dry as hell. I'm hungry. Matt started pulling my hand. We have to eat something first before finding a solution. There was unlimited food in the food court anyway, but the problem is we can't see anything. I thought about my camera again, and then I realized that I left my backpack down there. Should we go back? Matt insisted that we should, but the elevator wouldn't open anymore. Great. We started wandering around, grasping for some things, hoping we would find food. But instead, we
You're
grabbed
so
some weird
bad,
and
dog.
unexpected stuff. I had mistaken a feather duster as a giant hedgehog, and a belt as an anaconda. We also hoped that there were guards or store managers roaming around for some random inspection, but we were out of luck. Okay, Matt, I think we'd better sleep and wait until the mall opens again in the morning. Luckily, we found a couch nearby where we could sleep in comfort. I tried to sleep that night, but I couldn't. My stomach hurt from starving, and the darkness was bothering me. I was also thinking about my parents and friends. They might all be worried about me right now. No one knew that I went to the mall. If Matt wasn't here, I might have broken down in fear already. Morning came, and finally, I could see everything. Matt was still sleeping, so I woke him up to eat. We headed to the toilet first and ate in the food court. He wanted to eat a burger, so I recooked a stored supply for him. Ow! Matt screamed as he excitedly bit on the burger. I think I burned my tongue. Being responsible and taking care of Matt made me distracted and entertained instead of being anxious and paranoid. Several hours had passed, and the mall hadn't opened yet. What is happening? I started to get frustrated about my broken phone again. I have to find a way to contact my parents or the police. We walked to the gadget store to borrow a phone and SIM card, but they were all closed and locked. Same with the internet and computer centers. We went to the appliances store, which was open to my relief. I turned one TV on and saw the news that the mall would be locked down for a few weeks because of some legal issues, but would be opened once everything was settled down. Oh my God, when would that be? I became desperate and worried again, but Matt comforted me. Don't worry, Ashley, you're not alone. I'm here with you. Somehow he made me feel better, but we had to find a way out of there as soon as possible. We went to the area where there were glass walls to catch people's attention from the outside, but the aluminum fences and shutters had been pulled down and locked into place. We also tried the alarm in the emergency exit doors, but they were not working. When we got tired of looking for solutions, we decided to sleep for the rest of the day in the most comfortable bed in the furniture shop. I woke up in the middle of the night only to find out that Matt was missing. Matt, where are you? Matt? I started to panic. I turned my flashlight on and looked for him everywhere. I was worried and scared at the same time. It felt different when he wasn't with me. I never felt so alone in my whole life. I continued looking for him while ignoring the darkness, and finally found him in the stuffed toys shop. He was carrying a white cat stuffed toy. I have been looking for you everywhere. Please don't leave me again. Come on, let's go back to sleep, I angrily told him as I pulled him by his arm. No, he yelled as he pulled his arm back in an aggressive way, and I was stunned for a moment. It was the first time that I saw him mad. Sorry, Ashley. I was looking for Cotton. I thought it was her, but it was only a toy. I felt relieved when he shifted back to his normal sweet boy persona. Don't go anywhere. We have to stick together. When we get out of here, we'll ask for some help outside to look for Cotton. Okay, but don't be afraid when you're alone. Ghosts are scary, Matt. I have been here for the past 60 years and there are no ghosts in here, Ashley. Don't worry. I only laughed at his joke. I urged him to go back to sleep with me and wait until the morning and hope that the mall would open. But it didn't. Instead of breaking down, Matt convinced me to look at the brighter side. An idea then came to mind. I opened the power from the breaker rooms and we started enjoying each part of the mall where it wasn't locked. We spent our whole night watching movies in the cinemas, eating whatever we wanted in the supermarket, and cooking in the food court, playing arcades and some other stupid things. We treated the mall as a huge mansion where we live. After putting some makeup on in the makeup store, I also tried to put some on Matt, but he didn't like it because he thought it felt sticky on his face. But I insisted. I then gave him a mirror so he could see my masterpiece. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw the look on his face. He looked horrified in an adorable way. Please don't do this again, Ashley. I'll think about it, I smirked. I then went to the department store to try on some clothes. The mannequins there looked so beautiful and real. I took off the clothes of a male one to check the inside. They really looked so close to a human body. I was running my hand on its muscular chest, admiring it when Matt suddenly appeared behind me. What are you doing, Ashley? He innocently asked. I was just checking the quality of the wood that they used to make this. I swear I thought my face turned into a tomato. I was blushing hard with shame. Matt had been convincing me to go back to the basement to find Cotton, but I refused. I don't want to go back down there. Later that night, I put Matt to sleep first and made sure he was comfortable. While I was putting a blanket over him, I noticed a deep scar around his left ankle. I wondered what happened to it. He had fallen asleep already, so I would just ask him about it tomorrow. It was around 1 in the morning, and I woke up to the sound of footsteps nearby. Matt was still asleep beside me. I got up and blinked when a flashlight was directed right in front of my face. Finally, a security guard. Who are you and why are you here? He asked. Thank God you're here, sir. We have been trapped here for 2 days already. Wait a minute. It's you, the missing girl, he shouted when he saw my face. Then he called the cops, and after just a few minutes, police patrol, the media people, and my parents arrived at the mall. My mom and dad were crying as they hugged me. The cops and media started interviewing me about how I got trapped at the mall. I told them everything that happened, but they seemed to be ignoring Matt. So what are you going to do with the boy? I asked the cops, but they only exchanged weird looks. Can you come with me? I asked again, but they were exchanging questioning looks, including my parents. Come on, Matt, come with me, we'll take you home. Matt smiled and rushed toward me to hold my hand. He told me he wanted to have a moment with me, and so I asked everyone to leave us for a while. Leave you with who? Mom asked, as if she couldn't see Matthew. With Matt. You didn't tell us that you had a boyfriend already. No, he's not my boyfriend. Can't you see that he's a young boy? Her entrapment in the mall might have affected her mental state. We have to bring her to the therapist. She might have suffered trauma, my dad whispered to my mom. But I heard it. Dad, I'm not crazy. It was only for 2 days and I enjoyed it anyway. I mean, who wouldn't be happy being trapped in a mall? Everything was free. They kept ignoring everything about Matt. I will go home by myself later, Ashley. Thank you for taking care of me. I will continue to look for Cotton. Don't worry about me. I hugged him before we parted and told him that we would see each other again. I was so persistent about Matt for the next few days, but no one would listen to me. They were acting like he didn't exist, so I ended up having a session with a therapist. He was an old, experienced man. I told him everything that happened at the mall and what I felt the entire time. What he told me next gave me goosebumps again.
And this side is so messed up.
I remembered a news story about a boy with the same name who was well known in our neighborhood at that time. He was so protective of lost and stray animals that he requested his father build a home for them. Every day after school, he wandered around looking for cats and dogs and would bring them home. He went missing and was never found. Matthew reminded me of him. That can't be Matt. I couldn't accept the fact that he wasn't real. Everything was real. He looked so real and his body felt warm, just like how a human body would feel like. And we certainly had that connection. I don't think I'm crazy and I don't have any third eye or any paranormal gifts anyway. There was only one way to find out. I remembered that I had evidence of his existence, and it was in my vlogging camera. I have to find that backpack in the basement. I have to go back there. It was the only way to prove that I wasn't crazy. I'm just a little unwell, maybe. I asked Anna and Abby to come with me to the mall. We told security that I was the missing girl last time and asked help from him, so he guided us back to the basement. It only took us a few minutes to find my backpack. I immediately opened my camera and played the video that I took. I fast-forwarded to the part where I told Matt to say hi. I was shocked to see that I was the only one in the video, and there were no signs of Matthew anywhere. I kept replaying it, but I looked like I was talking to an invisible person. I started to cry when I realized the truth. The boy who kept me sane when I got trapped at the mall.
Whoa, what? That is really weird, girl. So guys, that's the video. Please subscribe to my channel, click that bell for more like this, and subscribe. Let's go.